Ah, hello and welcome to class, beautiful, beautiful woman. I'm Helga, and today we have a yoga class, a Vinyasa, together. So when you are ready, come and sit here in the middle of the mat, just facing me. You can sit here on your heels if you want. And just let the palms of the hands find your thighs. Maybe the hands touch the thighs, or the palms are facing up. Connecting to the body as we start our yoga class, feeling all the sensations of the thighs and the legs here pressing down into the earth. And just taking a moment to leave everything so far from your day. Arrive fresh on your mat into your practice and sit up relatively straight. And now to start our class properly, let's take 3 rounds of breath together, inhaling through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Together, starting now, inhale and out. And again, inhale and release out through mouth. One last time together, inhale through nostrils and sigh out through the mouth. Beautiful. Now let's come into tabletop position on your yoga mat. So the hands are stacked nicely under your shoulders and your knees are under the hips. So just make sure you're nice and aligned here in your tabletop. Placing your attention on your hips, starting to take the hips out to the sides, out to the right side and then out to the left side. Feeling the sensations in your hips here. And as you do this, the palms of the hands are really flat and anchored into the mat. There's a bit of space between your fingers. So active hands as you move the hips side to side. And now continuing, but taking the hips almost into a circle, just kind of letting your hips move in the way that they want to. So keeping it sort of left to right, but any circular movement is welcome. Perhaps one direction then the other. So we're keeping the knees planted here on the mat. The knees are not moving, just the hips, really taking big, nice, juicy movements. And back to center, very nice. Now from your tabletop, come into chair pose, sorry, not chair pose, into child's pose. So taking your hips towards the back, we're not really moving the knees, just keeping everything as it is. And if you can, let your butt sort of touch your heels, so we're sitting on the heels. And this might feel enough already, this might just be very, very nice. Or taking the full child's pose by putting the forehead on the mat. And if the head doesn't quite reach, you could always put your hands underneath the forehead. I'm gonna do that. Feeling here into your back, your whole back, feeling maybe a little bit into the thighs, the hips. And feeling the touch of your forehead on your mat or on your hands. Really connecting and anchoring through the whole body here, being one with your yoga mat, finding presence and focus. And take a little smile. You can find a smile on your lips as you push back up into your tabletop. Find your nice active spread hands again. You're gonna take the right foot out and extend it, pushing through the heel. And I'm just looking down at the mat. Really, really pushing through the heel. And then flexing the foot, so taking a little stretch here, moving the ankle, and then heel again. So just going through these small movements of moving the foot and then the heel back in. Keeping that leg nice and up, away from the ground. And breathing nicely as you do this. Now placing your knee back down, taking the left leg out and extended behind you, pushing through the heel. And the toes are flexing down towards the ground. And then same thing, we let the foot flex now upward, heel comes back in. And then pushing through the heel again. So just do these movements in your own time. Beautiful. Now place your knee back down on the mat. Connect to your core, your spine. As you roll yourself up into downward facing dog, so keeping the hands as they are, nice, flat, active hands. Rolling the spine and pushing those hips up into down dog. Feet come a little bit closer to the hands. So you're gonna be bending the knees here, bending the knees down towards the mat and then straighten the legs. So a few of those movements. Keeping the hands nice and flat. Very nice. Now walk your feet a little bit closer together as you raise the right leg all the way up to sky. Opening that hip beautifully. Breathing into this. Option to bend the knee. And place your foot down. Take your left leg all the way up to sky. Nice straight line. And option to bend the knee here as well. Place your foot back down, look between your hands and come towards the front of the mat. Rise up in standing. Arms all the way up to sky, inhale. Open chest, exhale, join the hands together, fold forward, down towards the mat. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, step your left leg into high lunge. Arms up to sky. The front knee is really nice, strong, and we're definitely bending it. Transitioning to warrior two. So I'm going to look towards the left side of the room. My back heel comes in towards me. Nice arms here, lifted away from the ground. And still bending that front knee. Now flipping my front palm, facing up, tilting slightly forward, and then coming into reverse warrior. Taking that top arm towards the back, framing my head and really elongating here the right side of the body. Still bending that front knee. And the left hand can just be wherever it wants, really, here on the thigh or on the hip here, or behind your back, whatever feels best. Now slowly and carefully straighten your front leg. You can walk your back leg a little bit closer toward you. And then sliding down here for pyramid. Right arm touches the ankle. And top left arm rises up to sky. And slowly come out of the pose and find your standing pose at the front of the mat. Feeling the whole right side of your body coming alive here. Taking the arms up to sky, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Exhale. Half lift, inhale, half lift. And then exhale, stepping your right foot straight into high lunge here. Strong presence in your high lunge. We're focused and determined here, present in our bodies, anchored. Bending that front knee nicely. As we switch into warrior two here on this side, so back heel comes back in towards me. Feeling that pose. And then flipping the front palm, tilting slightly, finding your reverse warrior. And then slowly straightening that front foot, walking your back foot a bit closer to you. And coming into pyramid here on this side. And releasing pyramid now. Coming to the front of the mat, straight into chair pose. So with the feet glued together or a little bit separated, sinking the hips really low towards the earth. Arms up to sky. In chair pose, option to come up on the toes if you want to give that a try. Sinking the hips even lower. And release back to your normal standing pose. Now let's come towards the middle of the mat. Anchoring through the right foot. Lifting left foot off the mat. for tree. So place the sole of the foot either here on your calf or up here against the thigh. If you are doing the thigh version, just make sure that you're equally contracting the thigh here as you're pressing the foot. So you have this nice dynamic so you don't fall. And then arms can come here in prayer, Anjali Mudra, or up into branches. It's a nice long line. We're definitely rooting that foot down towards the earth, but also elongating all the way up to the crown, to the sky. And placing that foot back down. Give your legs a little shake. And for a minute, find ragdoll. So ragdoll, just letting your head fall, bending the knees slightly, and you can give yourself a little rock side to side. Option to take the arms on top of the head and sort of give your head or neck a bit of a release. Beautiful. Now rise back up. Nice strong presence as we anchor through the left foot, growing strong roots here. And then taking tree pose on this side, either against the calf or the thigh. And contracting a little bit here, the core area, just to find that stability in your tree pose. And connecting with the nature outside and inside of you here in this pose. Very nice. Now place your foot back down. Give yourself a little shake if you want before our next pose. So, next pose is going to be Malasana, the yogi squat. If you haven't done this before, just take your time. So take a really wide stance, really big space here between the legs. Anchor the feet completely down. And then come into a big squat here, taking the hips and the buttocks down towards the earth. And then hands into prayer, Anjali Mudra here. The elbows can come inside here. You can just give this a try. Inside the sort of thighs, kneecap almost. Some people also find it better to come up on the toes in this pose. I, for one, actually prefer that. I think it's more suited to my body. So you can try that with the heels lifted off. And once you've found your pose, just give this a few seconds. It's a strong pose, so breathe here. Send your breath into the parts of the body that need it. And just very carefully and slowly place your hands on the floor and rise up here into standing. And then find a seated pose, seated position on the mat. Very nice. Take your right sole here, a foot, into the thigh. And simply fold over here your left thigh, your left foot. And lift your torso back up and do the same on the other side, bringing left foot in, folding over nicely here. The right thigh. And release. Now turning around to come on your stomach. Just laying here on the mat. So the forehead can just come on the mat, arms alongside the body. And now we're going to raise the knees off the yoga mat. Lift the head, just looking down at the mat. And raise the arms as well alongside the body, squeezing the shoulders a little. And then place everything back down, touching the mat. And we go again, raising everything. But this time bending the knees, and I'm gonna come and grab, if I can, feet into hands for boat pose. Now lifting the knees, looking right ahead in front of me, pushing the knees off the mat. Squeezing the glutes. And let go of the legs. Palms finds the mat. We push backward into child's pose. So coming onto the heels. Let there be space between your knees and fold over nicely and softly. Forehead touches the mat. Letting your face and your neck just really relax. Maybe your big toes are touching or close. Knees are touching the mat. Feeling supported by the ground, by the earth, by gravity. And here, without moving anything, just your right hand, come in to thread the needle. So let the right hand slide under your left armpit. And then let the right side of the face rest on the yoga mat. And slowly and softly do the same on the other side, sliding left arm sort of underneath the right armpit. Left side of face is resting on the ground. And on your next breath, come back up and sit here in the middle of your mat on your heels to end the session as we started it. Just connecting to the beauty and the grace and the new inspiration that you may have found right now in your own body, in your own energy field and heart. Thank you so much for having done this class today with me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Take care.